23F, I'm engaged to Michelle, 25F. I came out to my father when I was 15 and he showed me a great deal of homophobia. I was miserable and my twin sister, 23F, was there for me. When I turned 18 years old, I left home and cut off my father. My father and grandfather don't have a good relationship because of some things that happened in the past. I don't know what exactly, because both of them would change the subject when I used to ask about it. A few weeks ago, I asked my grandfather if he would be willing to walk me down the aisle instead of my father, and he accepted. I don't know how my father got wind of it, but after 5 years of no contact, he has called me screaming and cussing at me for choosing that in his world's horrible human being to walk me down the aisle. After he hung up, I was in tears. Now I have to ask AITA? Edit, my father isn't even invited to the wedding. If you ask where my mother is in all this, she tragically passed away because of childbirth. The doctor said it was because of a hemorrhage. That's why me and my sister were so close to our mother's side of the family, because we wanted to have someone who was close and related to our mother's family. After I came out my mother's side of the family. After I came out, they started being passive-aggressive towards me. They never really showed their prejudice against homosexual people. I never saw through the snarky comments and homophobic jokes, because I never was in that kind of situation. The reason why I saw through my father's prejudice is because he used to call me names like W** or, lustful devil, disappointing child, useless, and so much more. I regret not seeing through my mother's family prejudice against me and my fiancé. Update, December 22, 2023. First of all, I want to thank you all for all the support and advice you had given me, but I gave good news. I found out why my father and grandfather don't talk anymore. I didn't mention it in my last post because I thought it was irreverent, but my father, 45M, is an atheist and my grandfather is a Christian. My grandfather, 75M, was abusive towards my grandmother and father. Now everything made sense. How did I find out? I met my father at a cafe. When I saw him after 5 years, I wanted to cry. What shocked me was my father's reaction. He hugged me fitly and started apologizing over and over for his homophobic behavior and abusive behavior. He started explaining everything about his and grandfather's fallout. It was an emotional conversation. At the end of our meeting, I told him I don't know if I would even forgive him. He was understanding and he wouldn't pressure me into forgiving him. I asked him how he found out about my grandfather walking me down the aisle instead of him. He told me it was my sister who told him. He apologized for his reaction. He was extremely angry about the fact that my grandfather would walk me down the aisle instead of him, but he said he understands if he wouldn't be invited to the wedding. He also said he would help me with everything I need. I nod and leave. Now I have to confront my grandfather. If he's really an abuser, I would cut him out of my life. I cut everyone out who harassed me and my fiancé.